Hello. I was wondering if I could make my own Labradar trigger. I would have bought the ready-made one. You can buy or from several makers. The only problem is they aren't available here where I live. So here is my setup I configured out, and you need only one piezo speaker I retained from a glass break detector. They cost 3 to 4 euro, and then there are 2 inside, or you can buy them cheap at a Chinese web store, and then they cost about $3 €3 for 10 pieces. It's this piece you need, the round piece. It's a piezo speaker, not a normal speaker, it's piezo. That's the most important thing you must remember. And you need also a simple cable from 3.5 millimeter jack to the left and the right output in RCA. Afterwards we're gonna cut that cable, and so then that we can solder put the cable direct on the piezo speaker. But here in the test solution, the test let's see, it's still not connected. I will give now a little demonstration to let you see that it works. So I first put my power bank on. Power bank is on. I start up my Labradar. So it started up. I put the 3.5 millimeter stereo plug in the hole from the Labradar, and then I connect the RCA cables to the cables I connected to the piezo. Afterwards we're gonna cut them and direct connect them. But it's very important that the signal from the Labradar comes through the pins here. That's are the pins. And you will see when we activate the trigger and we wet our fingers and we put them here and here. Oh, wait, I have to activate them. Orange. You see? Wait, a little more. You see? We have a trigger. So these are the two leads the Labradar uses to connect. You see? And it are those two leads we are going to use. When we now connect them to a piezo speaker, he has blinked one time. It's only when we connect them. And now we take this. You see? Every time we do this, the Labradar is gonna think we had made a shot. It's always when he makes a shock, he reacts, and that is what we are going to use. We're gonna put the piezo speaker on a plastic thing, and we're gonna connect the cable direct. We're gonna cut the cable, and we're gonna use the center wires. From each wire we have a center wire, and we're gonna use those two wires to connect to the piezo. So you see, with a normal piezo speaker we can activate the trigger. We're gonna use that principle to make it, to see if it works on our gun. So now I have a little work to cut out the thing, but we still use the mount of the support from the piezo speaker. So we're gonna remove the plastic around the support. Okay. Hello everyone, my name is Scooby-Doo for you. That is my real name. Normally I'm not, English is not my native language, so excuse me for the weird words, the weird pronunciation I use. Normally I speak Dutch, so excuse me for that. But what I'm going to let you see, let's say I was wondering if I could make my own Labradar trigger. Why? We can buy them here. They are not available in the country. When they are available, they are very fast sold out. So this is what I'm trying to do, to make my own Labradar, to see if I can trigger a shot with something I make from myself. What did I figure out? So by using a piezo speaker, this is a piezo speaker. Normally you find them for instance, a glass break detector, and the piezo speaker makes the sound from EO from the alarm. So, but we're gonna use the piezo speaker as a detector. What do we need also? That is a cable through 3.5 millimeter stereo jack and to left and right RCA. That is only for the demonstration. Afterwards we're gonna cut the cable. So for the demonstration I have connected the piezo speaker, the two leads from the piezo speaker, to the two positive center wires of my audio cable. So you see, that means that the signal that I let you see here. I start up my power bank. I started up. I'm gonna start up my Labradar. So he is started up. I'm gonna put the stereo jack, 3.5 millimeter stereo jack, here in the Labradar. I'm gonna activate my shot. It's activated when it's orange here. We have to let start up the Labradar. Okay, please. Okay, now it's orange. Now he is active. He is waiting for a signal. So what does the Labradar needs? That is a signal from the two pins here, that they are connected. I'm gonna wetten my fingers. You look, I put one here, and when I put the other here, you see, now he thinks there is a shot made. This is what we wanna reproduce with a piezo speaker. You understand? I will let you see again. You see, every time when these two wires shorten, not shorten directly it also works, but even with the resistance of your own body. So it's a little trigger is already enough to let him think a shot is made. Now we are going to see if the piezo can reproduce or produce a signal strong enough to trigger. We're gonna connect them. So we have one trigger only for the connection. And now when we take our piezo speaker and we let it fall, you see we have a trigger. We are gonna use this to trigger our shot, or let think the Labradar we made a shot. Normally, hello, 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 when we shout hello, hello in the piezo speaker, that signal isn't enough to let the Labradar think we made a shot. It's only with a shock, you see, that the Labradar thinks we have made a shock. Now it's for us to cut out here I'm gonna cut out around the support from the piezo speaker. We're gonna keep the support from the piezo speaker so it can move freely in the support, and we're gonna put the support on a plastic thingy here by using thermal glue. So I will let you see the final result in a moment. For me it's in an hour or two, but for you it's in a moment. So also a good thing, when we use a piezo speaker, we're gonna see where we can buy them. You can buy those at Chinese websites for 10 pieces. You're gonna look for the 27 millimeter to 35 millimeter kinds, and you're gonna see that you can buy 10 pieces for $3, €3, included transport. So I found this one in the glass break detector, but when you buy them in China or anywhere else in your do-it-yourself store, you know, Tandy, Radio Check, you buy them for $1, I think. So for $2 in principle, you can make your own Labradar trigger. I don't think these things are registered. I think I may make them myself. So, and if not, don't tell it to anybody else. So in an instant, in the next video, we're gonna see the finished product, and we're gonna try them at the range, and we will see if other shots made by other people are influencing our Labradar trigger detector. Thank you. So people, here I am back, and this is how my first attempt to make my own Labradar trigger looks like. So I have already connected him. I've armed my Labradar. We will see if he works. Yes, it works. You see, every time he gets a shock, he triggers. You see, I have connected the cable, the stereo cable, one side 3.5 millimeter stereo plug to two wires, and I always used the middle wire here to connect it to the piezo speaker. So I say you need a piezo speaker. Then I kept the holder from my glass break detector, and I only glued the holder to the plastic. I left here a free space to breathe, to let air in. Maybe it's important. You see, it won't win the first prize in a beauty contest, but we have still 3 pieces of these to make progress, to change things, and hopefully it works, and I will keep you informed about the functioning of this all. But you see, when I shout hello, whoa, 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 even maybe I'm gonna try to tap. You see, even tapping here doesn't make any shock, any change. So I hope the shock of my barrel, of my action, will make it trigger my Labradar. And I hope the thermal glue that holds. I hope I have done you a service by posting this. This all you can make for yourself for $2-3. I know it's cheap. It's nothing to brag about, but it's only because it's not available, or almost not available, in the country where I live, that I was I had to make it myself. Okay, thank you folks for viewing, and I hope it was helpful for you. Normally I attach this to my barrel with some straps, with something else. We will see in while everything progress. You see, every time I will touch it, it makes a trigger. Not by doing so, but you have to really give it a shock before it triggers. Okay, folks, I hope this is my only video from this. When it doesn't work, I have to make another. Okay, goodbye, bye, see you later. Bo, 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 bo. Bo, bo, bo. Okay, this is my setup. I have attached some things so that I can strap them on my barrel from my 223. When I close the grendel, you see I have a trigger. When I dry fire it, I have a trigger. So tomorrow will be the big test to see if everything works all right.